Have you ever had one of those days where you've been working all day, but somehow you still feel behind? Like you handled the client fires, you answered the text, you showed the houses, you negotiated the thing, and yet you get to the end of the day and think, why do I still feel like I didn't do enough? If you're an experienced woman in real estate, you're not imagining it. It's not because you're disorganized. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you can't manage your time. It's because real estate is designed to pull you in every direction. And if you don't create structure and boundaries on purpose, your business will consume your life. So today, we're talking about work-life balance in real estate and what actually works. No fluff, no cliches. Real strategies that real women can maintain. Is your mind constantly racing with endless to-dos, yet you still feel stuck? Are you feeling guilty when you unplug? Or are you exhausted from hustling nonstop? Hi, I'm Lesa, wife, mom, grandma, and business owner for over 3 decades. I know what it takes to build a business you love without burning out. If you're ready to trade overwhelm for clarity and create a business that honors your values and your life, you're in the right place. So take a deep breath, close those 12 browser tabs, and drop the hustle. It's time to become the balanced businesswoman. Hi, friend. Before we get into today's episode, I want to personally invite you into a private business diagnostic conversation with me. This is a focused one-on-one conversation designed specifically for experienced women in real estate who are successful on paper, but feeling stretched thin, overwhelmed, or disconnected behind the scenes. In this private session, we get to the root of what's creating the pressure. We clarify what truly deserves your time and energy right now, and we create a clear, grounded plan so you can move forward feeling calm, confident, and back in control. No rushing, no surface level advice, just real clarity and intentional direction. If you're ready to stop carrying it all alone and step into the year feeling supported and steady, head to bit.ly/bb-diagnostic and book your private business diagnostic conversation today. That link will also be in my show notes. Let's anchor you back into peace and into a way of doing business that actually works for your life. Okay, let's dive into today's episode. Hello, Balanced Businesswomen friends. I'm going to start with a story. A few years ago, I remember sitting in my car. I had just pulled into the garage. I wasn't at a showing. I wasn't at an appointment. I wasn't even working. But I couldn't go inside because I was sitting there staring at my phone thinking, I need to respond to that email. I should post something. Oh, I forgot to follow up with that lead. What if I miss a message from my client? Did I send that contract? Let me check my calendar again. And I realized I wasn't just working all the time. I was thinking about working all the time. And that's what burnout really looks like in real estate. It's not always exhaustion from physical work. It's exhaustion from mental load. And for so many women in real estate, you're not tired because you don't love your business. You're tired because you can't turn it off. You're tired because you feel like if you unplug, everything falls apart. And that is the moment I want you to pay attention to today. Because we need to stop calling that real estate life. That's not just how it is. That's not sustainable success. That's survival mode. And if you've been there, I want you to know you're not failing. You're just carrying too much without enough structure. Here's the hard truth. Real estate is one of the only industries where your schedule changes daily, your income is inconsistent, and your boundaries feel like they might cost you money. So when someone says, just set boundaries, just time block, just work fewer hours, you're like, okay, but how? Because in real estate, it's not just about productivity, it's about availability. And many experienced women that I coach have built their business on being dependable, responsive, helpful, and always there, which is beautiful. But it becomes a problem when it turns into no time off, no protected mornings, no true weekends, guilt anytime you rest, and resentment even though you love what you do. Here's what I want you to hear. Work-life balance does not necessarily mean working less. It means working with boundaries that protect your life. And the reason most women can't find balance isn't because they aren't trying. It's because you're trying to balance on top of chaos. You can't balance a life that has no structure. So today I'm going to walk you through what actually works. Not perfectly, but consistently. I call this the 4 real estate balance anchors. These are 4 things I see that create real work-life balance for high-performing women in real estate. Number 1, you need a daily shutdown. Number 2, you need client communication boundaries. Number 3, you need protected personal time on the calendar. And number 4, you need a weekly reset ritual. Let's break them down. Anchor number 1, the daily shutdown. One of the biggest reasons real estate feels like it never ends is because it never ends. There's always one more thing you could do. One more follow-up, one more email, one more check-in, one more lead, or one more post. But here's what most women don't realize. If you don't decide when the day ends, your business will decide for you. And usually, it ends at the worst possible time. When you're trying to eat dinner, when you're trying to relax, when you're finally sitting down, or when you're supposed to be present with the people you love. So here's what I want you to start doing. Choose a daily shutdown time, even if it's not the same time every day. And the shutdown is not just stop working. The shutdown is a ritual. It tells your brain we're done. For example, your shutdown ritual could be check your calendar for tomorrow, write your 3 top priorities, clear your inbox to good enough, send final responses, and then close your laptop and silence notifications on the computer and the phone. The goal is not perfection. The goal is closure. Because without closure, you never feel off. You're physically home, but mentally at work. Balance starts when your brain believes it's safe to stop. Anchor number 2, client communication boundaries. Let me tell you something I hear all the time. A client will say, Lesa, my client texts me all night. And I'll say, have you trained them not to? And she'll pause and say, no. And listen, no shade. Most of us weren't taught this. But here's what's true. Your clients will treat you the way your business trains them to treat you. If you respond at 10:47 p.m., that becomes normal. If you answer texts during family time, that becomes expected. And if you always say yes, your calendar becomes theirs. So I want to offer a new approach. You can be an exceptional realtor, lender, notary signer, and still have boundaries. Here are 3 boundaries that actually work. Boundary number 1, response windows. Instead of, I'm available anytime, use, I respond to messages between 9 and 6, or whatever your hours are. And I recommend that you actually put this on your voicemail. I had a message on my voicemail that said, if you're calling after 7 p.m., I will return your call on the next business day. Now, it doesn't mean if someone called me on Friday evening that I wasn't going to get back to them on Monday, until Monday. It might mean that, but I may return their call on Saturday as well. But what you're doing is setting the expectation. You're letting people know when you're available. Okay, boundary number 2, set the expectations up front. You can say, I'm very responsive during business hours, and make sure you articulate what those hours are. So you say, I'm very responsive during business hours, and if something urgent comes up after hours, I will certainly support you. Otherwise, I'll get back to you first thing the next business day. Boundary number 3, no instant replies required. Just because someone texts doesn't mean it's an emergency. And I want to normalize this. Not every client message deserves immediate access to you. Your peace matters too. Okay, anchor number 3 is protected personal time. Now let's talk about the one thing that changes everything. If your personal life is whatever time is left, you will always feel like real estate is stealing your life. Because leftover time gets eaten by requests, problems, paperwork, drive time, emotions, and decision fatigue. So personal time has to move from hope to scheduled. Put it in your calendar. This is what balance looks like in the real world. You block off dinner time, you block off school pickup, you block off gym time, you block off quiet mornings, you block your day off, and you block off rest before you need it. If you wait until you feel burned out to rest, you've waited too long. And I want to say something that might feel challenging. Your personal life deserves the same respect as your appointments. I'll say that again. Your personal life deserves the same respect as your appointments. You don't cancel a buyer consult because you don't feel like it. So stop canceling your peace and your rest like it's optional. Anchor number 4. Weekly reset ritual. This one is huge. Most women in real estate are not overwhelmed because they have too much to do. They're overwhelmed because they don't have a weekly system to reset. So you wake up on Monday morning already feeling behind. So here's what actually works. 1 hour per week where you review the week ahead, schedule your priorities, identify what's coming, prep for closings, block administrative time, and decide when you're off. I call this my Sunday planning method, and you can go to my website, lesafrye.com, LESAFRYE.com, and download your copy. Sunday planning is how you stop living in reaction mode. Because when you reset weekly, you stop waking up surprised by your own calendar. And your brain calms down because it knows, I have a plan. Even a simple plan creates peace. Here's the biggest shift I want you to take from today. Work-life balance isn't created by doing everything. It's created by deciding what matters most. Balance isn't the result of working harder. It's the result of working with intention. And one of the most powerful questions you can ask yourself is, what would it look like for my business to support my life, not consume it? I promise you, you can be successful in real estate and still eat dinner without your phone, enjoy weekends, take time off, protect your mornings, stop feeling guilty when you rest, be present with your family, and feel like yourself again. But you have to stop treating peace like it's a luxury. Peace is a strategy. If this episode is hitting home for you, if you're listening and thinking, Lesa, this is me. I'm successful, but I'm exhausted. I want you to know you don't have to figure this out alone. I offer a complimentary business diagnostic conversation, and it's designed specifically for experienced women in real estate who feel overwhelmed and stretched thin. In one focused hour, we look at what's working, what's draining you, where your boundaries are leaking, and what needs to shift so your business feels calmer and more sustainable. No pressure, no hustle, just clarity and support. If you want to book one, go to bit.ly/bb-diagnostic. You'll also find this link in the show notes. Let me leave you with this. Work-life balance isn't a finish line. It's not something you achieve once. It's something you practice. And the women who create balance in real estate aren't the ones who have the perfect schedules. They're the ones who decide, my life matters. My peace matters too. My time matters too. So this week, I want you to choose just one anchor, a shutdown time, a boundary, a protected block, or a weekly reset. Pick one and keep your promise to yourself, because you don't need a whole new life. You just need a few new standards. Until next week, have a great day on purpose. Hey ladies, I hope today's episode gave you something to think about and a little more breathing room as you move through your week. If it resonated, I'd love for you to share it with a friend, hit follow, and take a moment to leave a review. Your reviews mean the world to me, and they help more women find this podcast. For more support and connection, you're welcome to join my free Facebook community at bit.ly/thebalancedbusinesswoman, where we continue these conversations together. That link will be in my show notes. Until next week, take care of yourself. And remember, your business should fit your life, not the other way around.